Hello. So normally I don't do this, but one of my personal hobbies is doing roll hunting, and I try to do it in a little bit of volumes to increase my chances of finding something. So I've been roll hunting for about 2.5 years now. I haven't been around for the days like it used to be, when folks were getting bigger scores a lot more frequently. But this box here has hands down been my best find ever. And believe it or not, this is not a customer roll find. This actually did come out of a Loomis box of $half. For those who are curious, it was date stamped as inspected by Loomis on May 6, 2026. Just in case, folks are trying to, get an idea of about the time when this would have been coming through. So it's very clear that what happened was during this time period when these coins were coming through Loomis, that somebody had done a massive collection dump. I'm not sure, if this came from like a bag out of a coin machine or what, but so I'm going to go ahead and give you a rundown of what I found. So there's a 90% Franklin silver $half. It's pretty worn, but of course still 90% silver. It's a 1961 Franklin. The row in front is 21 40% silver $half, ranging from 1965 to 1969. And the back row are 34 impaired proofs, ranging from 1971 to 2005. So, and quite honestly, they're still in pretty good shape. I mean, they do have, unfortunately, a few, little nicks and scratches on them. So not a whole lot of value on the impaired proofs, but they're still beautiful coins. They're great finds. I really do enjoy the impaired proofs when I find them. They're just fun to have. And the $half have some really unique designs on them, like the ones that they did for, commemoratives for like 1986 and several other years that they had in there. And I ended up finding several of them in this box. The funny thing is that prior to find this box, I had never personally found a 90% silver coin, and not only did I find a 90%, I did find one that wasn't a Kennedy. So, whereas the 64 Kennedys tend to be a little bit more easy to find. So I ended up finding, my first 90% silver, my first Franklin that I found, from roll hunting, and then just the volume that I got I found 40%ers before, but nothing close to the 21 that I've found here. I think my record in the past was 4 in a box. And so to be able to get 21 of them out of one single Loomis box is pretty impressive. And also it's a first for me because until this point, I had never found a single impaired proof. And now I got 34 of them all in one box. So really happy with this box. And just lets you know that you just never know. You can easily get skunked and find nothing. But these types of finds are still out there. I talked to a number of other high-volume roll hunters, and they do. People who are doing insane volumes of coins, and yes, they're still finding things like this. So anyways, I just figured I would pass this along for those of you who are kind of curious as to what is possible as far as what you're able to find out there in coins. But of course, I want to make it very clear, this isn't like an everyday find. This is definitely the exception, not the rule, and so I want to be honest about that. But I just figured it's always a good idea to let people know what's still out there. So that's all I've got, and thanks for watching.